The next group of finalists I would like to introduce are from Piqua City Schools. Here they come. Please help me welcome Teresa Anderson and Scott Bloom.
Good evening, I'm Teresa Anderson.
And I'm Scott Bloom.
And we are very pleased to be here tonight representing the children and families of Piqua City Schools.
We are going to be talking about our project, our Bookmobile this evening. We know there are 3,300 children in Piqua City Schools with 3,300 different stories. We want those stories to be ones of hope and accomplishment. And we also know that exposure to the printed word, to literacy at an early age, promotes literacy levels later on. And we know that literacy matters. I'd like you to think back to the time that you got a new or a favorite book. And here's mine, 1980, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I've had it since then. Children who have exposure to printed material at an early age have better learning outcomes and better well-being.
The graph depicted up here shows Piqua City Schools kindergarten readiness assessments for the past 5 years. The trend in Piqua has been that 2 out of 3 children enter kindergarten lacking the literacy and language skills that they need in order to be successful. We also know that if by the end of 3rd grade they're not reading on level, they are 4 times more likely not to graduate. What this means to Piqua City Schools is a lot of time, resources, and money spent doing interventions trying to close the gaps and get kids caught up. For the community, that means fewer students ready to enter the workforce or go to college at the end of their school career. We also know that children who are read to every day when they are younger get exposed to 1.4 million more words than those children who are not read to. This creates a huge gap for our children coming into school. The sooner that we can get books and learning activities into children's hands, the greater chance we have to close that gap sooner.
4 years ago, we began to brainstorm ways to address our literacy needs here in the community. We collected used and donated books. You see some right here on the front of the stage. We stacked them in those exact plastic tubs, and we began following the Salvation Army truck around the community. We still do this in a district-owned van. Better days have been seen by this district-owned van. So what happens is it does the job, but it's inefficient, and it's not nearly as exciting as it could be. We know that our children here in Piqua deserve better, and we know that we can do better.
Do you remember when you were a child and you could hear the music from the ice cream truck in your neighborhood, how excited you got? We want to create that same type of enthusiasm and excitement when the Bookmobile pulls up in their neighborhood. Just envision beautifully decorated mobile, doors opening up, filled with fantastic, colorful books and all kinds of great learning activities. Our dream is to expand our reach and our services with a bigger and better Bookmobile. We want to make the Bookmobile much more appealing visually. We want to make it more functional. We want to be able to increase the number of books that we can take out into the community. And we also want to expand. We want to be able to start taking STEM activities out into the neighborhood. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Just envision Lego robotics. Kids will love this. Another part of our expansion is taking books to senior citizens. We have talked to the Piqua Public Library about partnering with them and using the Bookmobile to be able to take books to our senior citizens in the community who can't make it to the library to get them themselves.
These Pitch Piqua funds will be used to purchase a high-roof cargo van. The inside of that van will be decked out with shelving built, customized, and designed by students from Upper Valley Career Center that will help us to efficiently and attractively display these books for kids. As Teresa said, when we come to your neighborhood, you can come and see what I can read, rather than dig through a tub to find something that might interest me.
In addition to be ready to implement our program, we are able to demonstrate some measurable outcomes, including increasing our kindergarten readiness skills, increasing the number of books we can take out into the community, taking the Bookmobile to community events like Farmers Market and Taste of the Arts, taking books to the seniors, and STEM activities. We have a great team. We're excited to continue to work on that.
Every child in Piqua deserves and can write an amazing story with their lives. We are asking you tonight to help us write those stories with them together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Scott? Thank you.
I did.
Feedback.
We will turn it over to the judges.
My question for you is,
I can hear you.
my question is, if you're awarded the grand prize, how long is it going to take you to get out of line?
Not very long at all. We've already been out shopping around for vehicles. We know of several in our community that are available in the price range that fits our budget. We have talked to the Career Center, so we know we were able to get that up and moving. The vinyls and the decorations of the van, relatively quick turnaround. We already have hundreds of books in storage ready to go, and the library's ready to partner with us too, so we're ready.
What is the budget breakdown for the Bookmobile versus the materials that will be stored in it?
Sure. So right now, the budget for a roof cargo van like that would be between $40,000 and I would say $46,000, depending on availability. The inside of those can come in many configurations. We would look at one that was ready for shelving to be installed, rather than something that we had to strip out afterwards. So that shell might bring the cost down a little bit, but right now in this market, that's the estimate that we would see. The remaining funds working with Upper Valley would be used to build those shelving. We're in a $2,000, $3,000 range, depending on the size. The books themselves, the things that we bring to kids, those are donated. We have those ready to go right now. They are ready to be distributed. They live in plastic tubs that look just like this, and they are ready to go with our volunteers. There is the sustainability of this is a decade and beyond. The donated books, we solicit those yearly. Lots of people have books that they loved at one time and maybe would love to see at a new place with a new set of hands opening it to read.
The vinyls for the sides of the van, we also priced, and they can, depending upon what we do and how elaborate it is, anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000. So we feel confident we can make it work.
Yep.
Will you please reiterate how the school district plans to fund the operations of the Bookmobile, like long-term, beyond the sustainability now?
We have agreement with our bosses that we've been doing it already. They've been providing the gas for the vehicle. They've been doing the maintenance. They cover the insurance because it'll be under our fleet of vehicles. So all those normal costs, insurance, all that will be covered by the district. So,
as far as staffing goes, as I said, we use a wide variety of wonderful volunteers to help with that. Everyone from retired teachers, Teresa and I, we've had students from our National Honor Society, we've had athletic teams come out, and we've had and work with our students. Nothing better than when the young kids get a book from one of the older kids. It takes that story and really makes it even more special, and we will continue to do that.
Are the students required to return the books? Is there some kind of exchange system, or are they theirs to keep?
Because we've been using donated books, in the past we have not done an exchange system. Our ultimate goal is getting books in the household so that they can read them over and over again. We do tell the children they're welcome to bring them back and we'll exchange them, but up until now we've just been able to operate with the donations. Clearly, if we do the senior citizens and partner with the library for those books, that we will have a checkout system coordinated with the library for those.
But we do have kids who come back with the book that they just read and they exchange it for a new one and say, hey, what new do you have for me? So it's been a privilege to be able to provide them with that.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Please
you.
a big round of applause for Piqua City Schools. Our first runner-up with 44, shout out to Sean Mitchell, community votes totaling $6,598.13, combined with the judges' score to win a $5,000 grand prize, is Piqua City Schools.